In an unexpected turn of events, China has accepted India's diplomatic offer, signaling a potential thaw in their historically fraught relationship. This landmark decision has sent ripples across the international community, raising hopes for a more stable and prosperous future for the two Asian giants. The agreement, if successfully implemented, could reshape the geopolitical landscape and usher in a new era of cooperation between the world's two most populous nations. This unexpected rapprochement comes after decades of mistrust, border disputes, and military buildups. The world watches with bated breath, wondering if this fragile truce will blossom into lasting peace or crumble under the weight of historical baggage and strategic rivalry. The international community has cautiously welcomed this development, recognizing its potential to diffuse tensions in a volatile region. However, skepticism remains, with many analysts urging caution and emphasizing the need for concrete actions to back up the diplomatic rhetoric. The coming months and years will be crucial in determining whether China and India can truly turn the page on their troubled past and forge a new path toward peaceful coexistence and shared prosperity. The China-India relationship has been characterized by a complex interplay of cooperation and conflict, dating back centuries. This intricate dance between the two nations has seen periods of both harmony and discord, shaping the geopolitical landscape of Asia. While ancient trade routes fostered cultural exchange and economic ties, these early interactions laid the groundwork for a complex relationship. The Silk Road, for instance, was not just a conduit for goods, but also for ideas, philosophies, and cultural practices that enriched both civilizations. However, the modern era has witnessed periods of intense rivalry and even armed conflict. The transition from ancient camaraderie to contemporary contention has been marked by numerous flashpoints. The 1962 Sino-Indian War, stemming from border disputes and geopolitical tensions, left a deep scar on bilateral relations, fueling mistrust and suspicion for decades to come. This conflict was not just a military confrontation, but a psychological blow that altered perceptions on both sides. Despite these challenges, the late 20th century witnessed a gradual rapprochement, driven by economic pragmatism and a shared desire for stability. Leaders from both nations recognized that cooperation could yield mutual benefits, leading to a series of diplomatic engagements aimed at thawing the icy relations. Trade ties flourished, and diplomatic engagement intensified, offering glimmers of hope for a more constructive relationship. The burgeoning economic interdependence created a new dynamic where both countries saw the value in maintaining a peaceful coexistence. However, lingering border disputes, strategic mistrust, and competition for regional influence continued to cast a shadow over bilateral ties. The unresolved issues at the border remained a thorn in the side of both nations, often flaring up into skirmishes and standoffs. The recent escalation of tensions along the line of actual control, the de facto border in the Himalayas, served as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace. These high-altitude confrontations underscored the volatility of the region and the ever-present risk of conflict. Both sides engaged in military buildups, raising fears of a renewed conflict with potentially catastrophic consequences. The show of military might was not just a deterrent, but also a signal of the deep-seated mistrust that still lingers. Against this backdrop of mistrust and animosity, India's diplomatic overture and China's subsequent acceptance represent a potential turning point in their tumultuous relationship. These recent peace talks, though tentative, offer a glimmer of hope that dialogue and diplomacy can pave the way for a more stable and peaceful future. India's diplomatic offer, meticulously crafted to address China's core concerns, consists of three interconnected pillars: border de-escalation, strategic trade agreements, and a regional security pact. This multifaceted strategy is designed to address the complex and multidimensional nature of the issues at hand, ensuring that both immediate and long-term concerns are effectively managed. This comprehensive approach aims to build mutual trust, foster economic interdependence, and create a framework for peaceful coexistence. By addressing both security and economic dimensions, the proposal seeks to create a stable and prosperous environment that benefits both nations and the broader region. The first pillar focuses on diffusing tensions along the disputed border. This is a critical step, as border disputes have historically been a major source of friction between the two countries. India has proposed a phased disengagement of troops, establishment of buffer zones, and enhanced communication mechanisms to prevent misunderstandings and accidental escalations. These measures are designed to reduce the risk of conflict and create a more stable and predictable security environment. This commitment to de-escalation aims to create a more conducive environment for dialogue and diplomacy. By reducing the immediate threat of conflict, both nations can focus on building a more constructive and cooperative relationship. The second pillar centers on expanding economic cooperation through strategic trade agreements. Economic interdependence is seen as a key factor in promoting peace and stability, as countries that are economically intertwined are less likely to engage in conflict. India seeks to leverage its strengths in information technology, pharmaceuticals, and renewable energy to complement China's manufacturing prowess. By creating synergies between their respective economic strengths, both countries can benefit from increased trade and investment. By fostering greater economic interdependence, both nations hope to create shared stakes in each other's success and reduce the likelihood of conflict. Joint ventures and collaborative projects can serve as a foundation for a more stable and prosperous bilateral relationship. The third pillar envisions a regional security pact involving both countries and other key players in Asia. This regional approach recognizes that many security challenges are transnational in nature and require cooperative solutions. This pact would aim to address common security challenges such as terrorism, cybercrime, and maritime piracy, promoting dialogue and cooperation in place of unilateral action and strategic rivalry. By working together on these issues, India and China can build trust and reduce the potential for conflict while also contributing to regional stability and security. China's decision to accept India's diplomatic offer has been met with a mixture of surprise and cautious optimism. This unexpected move has sparked a flurry of discussions among political analysts and international relations experts who are keen to understand the underlying reasons behind this shift. Several factors, both domestic and international, have likely influenced this calculated move. Analysts are delving deep into the intricacies of these motivations, examining the broader geopolitical landscape and the domestic pressures that may have driven China to reconsider its stance. Understanding these motivations is crucial to assessing the long-term viability of this newfound rapprochement. It is essential to consider the multifaceted nature of international diplomacy, where economic interests, political strategies, and social dynamics intersect. Firstly, China faces mounting economic challenges. The country's economic landscape is undergoing significant changes, with various sectors experiencing slowdowns and uncertainties. The once booming economy is grappling with slowing growth, rising debt levels, and an aging population. These issues are compounded by structural inefficiencies and the need for economic reforms to sustain long-term growth. The trade war with the United States and the global economic slowdown have further exacerbated these challenges. The tariffs and trade barriers have disrupted supply chains and increased costs for Chinese businesses, leading to a more cautious economic outlook. In this context, securing access to India's vast and growing market represents a strategic imperative for China's continued economic prosperity. India's burgeoning middle class and increasing consumer demand offer lucrative opportunities for Chinese companies looking to expand their market reach. Secondly, China's assertive foreign policy in recent years has led to heightened international scrutiny and pushback. The country's actions in various regional disputes have drawn criticism and concern from neighboring countries and global powers alike. From the South China Sea disputes to tensions with Taiwan, China's actions have raised concerns about its growing assertiveness and ambitions. These geopolitical tensions have strained China's relations with several countries, prompting a need for diplomatic recalibration. Accepting India's offer provides an opportunity for China to demonstrate its commitment to peaceful diplomacy and repair its image on the global stage. By engaging in constructive dialogue and cooperation, China can showcase its willingness to resolve conflicts through diplomatic means. Thirdly, China recognizes the strategic implications of a hostile India aligned with the United States and its allies. The evolving geopolitical dynamics in the Indo-Pacific region have underscored the importance of maintaining stable and cooperative relations with key regional players. As the U.S. seeks to counter China's rise, India has emerged as a key partner in its Indo-Pacific strategy. The strengthening of U.S.-India ties has significant implications for China's strategic interests in the region. By mending fences with India, China aims to prevent the consolidation of an anti-China bloc and preserve its strategic autonomy in the region. This diplomatic engagement is not just about economic benefits, but also about ensuring a balanced power dynamic in the Indo-Pacific, where multiple interests and alliances are at play. The recent diplomatic agreement between China and India carries profound economic implications that could reshape the regional and global economic landscape. As the world's two most populous nations, the potential for economic synergy between China and India is immense. This newfound cooperation opens up a multitude of opportunities for both countries to leverage each other's strengths and drive mutual growth. Pause. Firstly, trade between China and India is set to witness significant expansion. The agreement is likely to result in the reduction of trade barriers, making it easier for businesses from both countries to access each other's markets. This could lead to a surge in bilateral trade, boosting industries such as technology, manufacturing, and pharmaceuticals. The integration of supply chains and the exchange of technological expertise could significantly enhance productivity and innovation. In addition to trade, the agreement paves the way for increased investment flows. Chinese companies, with their vast capital reserves, can invest in India's infrastructure and industrial sectors, contributing to the country's development goals. Similarly, Indian companies can explore opportunities in China's consumer market, which remains one of the largest in the world. This cross-border investment can create jobs, spur economic growth, and foster deeper economic interdependence. Moreover, collaboration in the field of technology and innovation holds great promise. Both China and India have made significant strides in areas such as artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and digital infrastructure. Joint ventures and collaborative research initiatives can accelerate advancements in these sectors, addressing common challenges and creating new avenues for economic development. The exchange of knowledge and expertise can drive technological breakthroughs that benefit not only the two countries, but also the global community. The agreement also has implications for regional economic integration. As key players in the Asia-Pacific region, China and India can work together to promote regional trade agreements and economic partnerships. This can enhance connectivity, streamline customs procedures, and create a more conducive environment for businesses to thrive. The combined economic clout of China and India can influence regional economic policies and shape the future of trade in the region. However, the success of this agreement hinges on the commitment of both countries to overcome existing challenges. Ensuring fair trade practices, protecting intellectual property rights, and addressing regulatory hurdles will be crucial to sustaining the positive momentum. Transparent and consistent policies will instill confidence in businesses and investors, fostering a stable and predictable economic environment. In conclusion, the economic implications of the China-India agreement are vast and multifaceted. By harnessing their collective strengths, both countries can unlock new opportunities for growth and development. The ripple effects of this cooperation will be felt not only within their borders, but also across the global economy. As China and India embark on this new chapter of economic partnership, the world watches with anticipation, hopeful for a future of shared prosperity and collaboration. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the evolving dynamics of this landmark agreement and its impact on the world stage. The recent diplomatic agreement between China and India is not just about economic cooperation. It also includes significant elements of military cooperation. This aspect of the agreement is critical for ensuring long-term peace and stability in the region. Both nations have a history of military tensions, and this new chapter aims to transform a fraught relationship into one of collaborative security efforts. One of the key components of this military cooperation involves joint military exercises. These exercises are designed to build trust and improve coordination between the armed forces of both nations. By engaging in joint drills, China and India can better understand each other's military doctrines, operational strategies, and capabilities. This mutual understanding is crucial for preventing misunderstandings that could escalate into conflict. Pause 2s. Additionally, the agreement includes provisions for intelligence sharing. This is a significant step forward, as it allows both countries to collaborate on counterterrorism efforts, border security, and other mutual security concerns. Sharing intelligence can lead to more effective and timely responses to threats, thereby enhancing regional security. Pause 2s. However, this path is fraught with challenges. Historical mistrust and previous border conflicts have left deep scars. Overcoming these issues will require sustained diplomatic efforts and a commitment to transparency. Both countries will need to ensure that military cooperation does not become a source of new tensions. Pause 2s. Moreover, the geopolitical landscape adds another layer of complexity. Both China and India have strategic partnerships with other global powers, which could influence their bilateral military cooperation. Navigating these alliances while building a cooperative military relationship will be a delicate balancing act. Pause 2s. In conclusion, the military cooperation outlined in the China-India Agreement holds the potential to transform regional security dynamics. While the challenges are significant, the benefits of a stable and peaceful relationship between these two major powers are immense. As they move forward, the world will watch closely to see if this military cooperation can overcome its hurdles and pave the way for lasting peace. Pause 1s. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the evolving dynamics of this landmark agreement and its impact on the world stage. One of the most promising aspects of the China-India Agreement is its focus on cultural exchange and the use of soft power to foster mutual understanding. This dimension of the agreement aims to build bridges between the two nations by highlighting their rich cultural heritages and shared human values. Pause 2s. Cultural exchange programs are at the heart of this initiative. These programs include student exchange programs, academic collaborations, and joint cultural festivals. By facilitating people-to-people connections, China and India hope to break down stereotypes and build a foundation of mutual respect. Pause 2s. For instance, Chinese students studying in India can immerse themselves in the diverse cultures of the subcontinent, while Indian students in China can gain first-hand experience of China's ancient traditions and modern innovations. These experiences are invaluable for fostering a generation that views each other as partners rather than rivals. Pause 2s. Moreover, the agreement encourages collaboration in the fields of art, cinema, and literature. Joint film productions, art exhibitions, and literary festivals can serve as powerful tools for cultural diplomacy. These collaborative efforts can showcase the best of both cultures to the world, while also providing platforms for dialogue and cooperation. Pause 2s. Soft power extends beyond cultural exchanges. It also encompasses tourism and public diplomacy. By promoting tourism, both nations can showcase their unique histories, natural landscapes, and cultural treasures. Increased tourism can lead to greater economic benefits and a better appreciation of each other's way of life. Pause 2s. Public diplomacy initiatives, such as cultural centers and language institutes, play a crucial role in this effort. These centers can offer language courses, cultural workshops, and exhibitions that highlight the similarities and differences between the two cultures. Such initiatives can help create a more nuanced understanding of each other, reducing the likelihood of cultural misunderstandings. Pause 2s. However, fostering cultural exchange and soft power is not without its challenges. Both nations will need to navigate issues of cultural sensitivity and historical grievances. Ensuring that these exchanges are respectful and inclusive will be essential for their success. Pause 2s. In conclusion, the cultural exchange and soft power components of the China-India Agreement hold great promise for building a more harmonious relationship. By investing in these areas, both nations can create a lasting legacy of peace and cooperation that extends beyond economic and military realms. Pause 1s. As we continue to explore the multifaceted aspects of this landmark agreement, stay tuned to learn more about its far-reaching implications for the region and the world. As we delve into the future prospects and predictions for the China-India relationship, it becomes evident that the path ahead is both challenging and full of potential. This landmark agreement sets the stage for a new era of cooperation. But what can we realistically expect in the coming years? Pause 2s. Firstly, the successful implementation of this agreement could lead to a significant shift in regional dynamics. With China and India working together, the balance of power in Asia could see a transformation. This partnership has the potential to counterbalance other regional influences and create a more stable and prosperous Asia. Pause 2s. Economically, the agreement could pave the way for increased trade and investment between the two nations. By removing barriers and fostering a conducive environment for business, both countries stand to gain immensely. This economic interdependence could serve as a deterrent to future conflicts, as both nations would have a vested interest in maintaining peace. Pause 2s. On the technological front, collaborative efforts in research and development could yield groundbreaking innovations. With China's prowess in manufacturing and India's strength in IT and software, the combined expertise could lead to advancements in various fields, from artificial intelligence to renewable energy. These innovations could benefit not just the two nations, but the entire world. Pause 2s. However, the road to a harmonious future is fraught with obstacles. Historical grievances, border disputes, and geopolitical rivalries will continue to test the resilience of this partnership. Effective conflict resolution mechanisms and diplomatic channels will be crucial in navigating these challenges. Pause 2s. Moreover, the role of external actors cannot be ignored. The global community, including major powers like the United States and Russia, will be closely watching this evolving relationship. Their responses and policies could either support or hinder the progress of China-India cooperation. Pause 2s. Public perception and domestic politics will also play a significant role. For this agreement to succeed, it will need the support of the people in both nations. Efforts to educate and inform the public about the benefits of this partnership will be essential. Pause 2s. In conclusion, the China-India agreement is a bold step towards a more integrated and peaceful region. While the journey ahead is complex, the potential rewards are immense. By focusing on mutual interests, addressing challenges head-on, and fostering a spirit of collaboration, China and India can build a future that is not only beneficial for themselves, but also for the world at large. Pause 1s. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor and analyze the developments in this evolving partnership. The future of China-India relations is still being written, and we are here to bring you every chapter as it unfolds.